So Estrada, was born out of a recession, actually, which is kind of where we are now. Ironically, we've been through quite a few, but we started in around about 1999, 2000, providing IT support, training and IT support. But primarily it was support for networks and stuff like that. My background prior to that was that I used to be a Microsoft and Novell instructor. So I was teaching engineers how to set up networks and how to get their exams and get their qualifications so they could go and get jobs in the in companies managing their networks. So we had a kind of, so about 2003, we were out of recession, and we started providing IT support for the SMB market, small businesses, and that's pretty much what we do, and that has evolved massively over the last 20 years. The primary goal of our business is for businesses to be able to co-work and to communicate and to produce a document that is able to be looked at by many people simultaneously, perhaps, and to run meetings, which includes phone calls, video, and to move documents around, whether it be spreadsheets or Word documents or other design documents or whatever it is. Yeah. But yeah, that's the goal, is to make businesses not have to worry about their IT. We had a media company who came to us prior to COVID, which is strange, because you'll see why in a second. But the reason is that they asked us, okay, what we need to do is we need to make it so that our company is completely cloud-based. And we've got 20 employees there, but we need to have everything cloud-based. So they had a couple of servers there, and they had everybody logging into the servers and doing everything. So as COVID started in March, well, it really hit badly in March last year. Yeah. We then had to sort of complete the final stage of it, which was the working from home. Their email was already cloud-based, but not proper cloud. So it was effectively what we call POP-based. But anyway, so their email was moving from server-based elsewhere to Microsoft Office 365, stage one. So all of their email moving there, and that is actually a massive stage. Just to move from normal email accounts, you go from having just email to having email, calendar, contact, appointments on your phone that synchronize with everything elsewhere. Whereas before that, you literally had a phone that just picked up email and that was it. So it's a huge difference. So they moved all their email to there. The data moved straight into Dropbox. So their entire server, we just moved everything to Dropbox Professional so they could manage that. And we then moved their application. I went to the company that managed it, and they had got a web-based product. So we implemented that as well. So that means their entire company, in the space of a month, became completely cloud-based. And then, of course, short while after that, it was like, right, everyone's workstation now needs to be taken home. So we had to reconfigure all the workstations to work from home and have proper remote software on them so they could remote into the office. And then this is the bit that I like the most, is the MD said, look, he's a sales company, they're a media company, and he said, I want to know what everyone is doing all day long, every day. And we put this bit of software, it's actually called Active Monitor, I think, I can't remember, but anyway, Active Track, something like that. And he literally can see exactly everything they're doing on that computer. You can see the phones, the internet, the email, see everything. So every single thing can be tracked. And that, he's the sales director. They need to know exactly what their salespeople are doing. We have a security agent that we put on machines, so it will give us a heads up. So in the corner, you'll just see an Estrada logo, and that machine is being monitored. Now, we go into our portal, we can see disk space, problems on the computer, that sort of stuff, and also security issues. So it will flag it up and say intruder alert or whatever it is. We'll contact the client and say, there might have been some sort of security violation on the network, and we need to interrogate it and see what's going on. And we can track it down and tell you what machine it is. Another, dare I say it, backup. It's something that people do stuff, and it's always available. It isn't new, but it's become quite cool now that if you're writing a letter and then you just turn your computer off and go home, you can carry on writing it on your laptop. 99% of what we do is remote.
Yeah.
The other on-site stuff means that we have to go on site and do it, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. We can go there wherever it is actually in the UK, because I've got partners across the UK that will go on site and do stuff. Products, obviously, there's Dropbox, OneDrive, Google Drive, and the various other ones. There's also things like SharePoint, which are designed for bigger companies, so they've got multiple people. And there's Dropbox Professional and other products as well now coming out that mean that companies can manage products, documents from multiple different locations. Collaborative working in forms of things like Teams, Skype, WhatsApp, Telegram now, which is now being people are using a lot of different products that they might not have used before, and they have to use those products in order to do their work, which they didn't before. Now, how many people knew what Teams was? Standard little things, easy practices you can do. Change passwords of everything. Have good passwords with all your stuff, with your applications and programs and email accounts, but change passwords of things that you buy for your house. Never leave them as standard. And the first thing that comes to my mind when you talk about people working from home is the alarm bells of security. But there are products that you can buy that are not expensive, that will manage all your passwords for you. So from an employee point of view, or from an employer and an employee point of view, we'll mention one product which I have started to use and we roll out with our clients, is a product called Keeper. And that allows you to have a centralized management database of passwords and all that sort of stuff. So you change it in one place and that's it. There's one central place. You can obviously in your browser have all your passwords saved. That of course is a vulnerability. Anybody getting into that machine can find out your passwords to absolutely everything. And also companies themselves should have a security policy. The company policy is that they have two wireless networks. One is a guest wireless network, one is a corporate wireless network for employees. Now, the employees, there's two sides to that, and the first one is that the guest has access to general internet stuff, and that of course is blocked in terms of it will only give them access to specific sites, and it's on a view mode only, no interaction. And in the internal network, again, people will be able to go and access, maybe it would be Outlook web access, or their phone would connect to the company server to get company data. But would that person's phone be allowed to download data from a company server? Well, maybe not. That's quite a big thing, and that's built into a company security policy. So that means a mobile device does not have access to do that, and that can go for, you're talking about mobile devices, so it's phones, laptops, iPads, tablets, anything like that. So good company practices for working from home, and my advice for that in terms of what I do, it's got to be based on security really. But back it up, if it's their own personal stuff, then they need to back it up. But if it's not corporate, then obviously they've got their own laptop with the data on there, they might have on a dongle or whatever. But companies will have backup policies in there. They should have anyway, certainly. Even if there are only 3 or 4 users in the company, they need to have a backup procedure, whether it's using Dropbox only, and that is then replicated on all the Dropbox servers, or whether it's using their own network attached drive, NAS drive that was in their office, and they're now taking all that data and putting that on a Dropbox account or something similar. So